hear ye. Come on, come all. Come up in here. I know Cowboys Nation is coming off a disappointing L, but I have to talk today because I'm seeing a whole lot of people with these moral victories and thinking, yo, next time when we see them, we got the better team. Yada, 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 yada. So I went on ahead and I watched that film again. Cowboy Nation, come up in here. I know some of y'all going to work right now. Some of y'all just waking up right now. And some of y'all going to go ahead and catch this replay. But I appreciate all y'all hitting that like button as y'all come up in here. But boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got some things messed up. And I'm here to give you the real. I'm not here to make you feel good. We here to talk Cowboys, not to give you hope. Not to give you false hope, at least, but we here to give you the real. And I'm about to break it down. Y'all can see the title, and both will be accomplished today. I'm going to tell you about the recap of the game, and I'm going to tell you, did the better team lose yesterday? But first things first, I want to tell you, did the better team lose? And my answer is absolutely not. I'm going to tell you why. One thing is out there is, oh, Dak Prescott outplayed Jalen Hurts. How do you figure that? Because when I watch the film and when I watch the game, I see somebody who didn't have to do much and can win as a team to get the victory, which the better team won. And I seen somebody who had to carry the team. So, of course, it was going to look a little bit better when it comes down statistically. Of course, he had to shine. Did both quarterbacks play well? Yeah. Did one quarterback out statistic the other? Yeah. But to clearly say that Dak Prescott outplayed Jalen Hurts, no. Jalen Hurts made the plays that he needed to do. And even though Dak Prescott had a good game, did Dak Prescott make the plays that he needed to make? No, because he lost, evidently. And Jalen Hurts won. Jalen Hurts was efficient. They had 4 touchdowns, and he was only 17 for 23. How was that outplaying him? He didn't have to do much. Damn near every throw he made was a completion. Dak Prescott threw the ball 44 times. 44 times. No, of course you damn near better throw for 400 when you throwing for 44 times on a bum ass secondary. Of course you better look better. Of course you better look good. There was a whole lot of meat left on that bone when I looked at that film. A whole lot of meat. And I can't wait for that all 22 to drop today. Whole lot of meat. Teed up. Wide open. Facts. 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 Can we blame this loss on Dak Prescott? Absolutely not. But did Dak Prescott miss some plays? Absolutely yes. And in a game of this magnitude, I'm sorry, but Dak Prescott got to make them plays. You ain't going to be like, but all quarterbacks miss some plays, of course. But all quarterbacks don't miss plays in key moments. In key moments, quarterbacks makes the play. And we know that Dak Prescott ain't never been that guy to make that play consistently. But let me ask y'all this question. Did Jalen Hurts make the plays that he was supposed to make? Absolutely, yeah. It's not Jalen Hurts' fault that his GM and company puts a better team around him where he doesn't have to do much. Jalen Hurts was on one leg and still was efficient. And your D-line did not flush him out the pocket. But Dak Prescott, damn near was flushed. I guess you could say one good thing about Dak Prescott running is Terrence Steele going to make him run. So if Terrence Steele going to make him run, that bodes well for this team. So there is some silver lining when it comes down to that. There is some silver lining when it comes down to that. But, bro, I don't get that Dak Prescott played outplayed Jalen Hurts. I'll be honest with you, unless you're going statistically, but everything. But as I always say, all that glitter ain't gold. All that glitter ain't gold. Let me tell you something. Why is Dak Prescott going at Tolbert when you got a wide receiver going for 200 yards in the clutch? They say, "Oh, Dak Prescott threw a short because of pressure, bro." Dak Prescott still could have got that ball in the end zone, ladies and gentlemen. Quit making excuses for Dak Prescott. Quit, y'all know I'm not no hater. I give credit where credit is due all the time, and y'all know I don't like Dak Prescott, but Dak Prescott has been playing well, especially over these few games. Y'all know that. I'm not no hater, but I'm also a realist when it comes down to this. Where is the better team? Let me tell you. Okay, let's break it down section by section to see if this better team won. Okay, bam. Quarterback. Okay, I guess you could say that Dak Prescott had a better game statistically, but if I had to go, if I had to have one performance, I'm going to take Jalen Hurts' performance, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Jalen Hurts didn't have to do too much, and he made the plays that he needed to make, which ultimately put more points on the board. And if Dak Prescott would have made the plays that he would have made, we probably would have had 30. Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to go ahead and tell you that, but okay. So you said the better team. Okay, let's look at the trenches. Offensive line. Dak Prescott was running for his life. Eagles offensive line, was Dak Prescott running? Was Jalen Hurts running for his life? No, that seems like the Eagles win on that. Okay, the wide receivers. We having wide receivers problem. We having a Gallup problem. We having I can't get the ball to Cooks problem. Yeah, Ferguson and CD had very good games, but that's all. You telling me with the weapons we got, that's all that we can muster up? You telling me that Gallup? You telling me that if we had an appearance by Gallup, that we wouldn't have had a better chance to win? You telling me if Gallup was playing consistently, that we would have had a better chance to win? Okay, now let's look at the Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver. Did A.J. Brown have a problem? No, the intention was on him. So, of course, he was going to have a game like that. What happened? Devontae Smith scored a touchdown. He made a play when necessary. What happened? Dallas Goedert made plays when necessary. What happened? He got the running backs involved in the passing game when necessary. What happened? The running backs made plays. What happened? Ken Gainwell messed around and had a couple runs where Moses parted the Red Sea where he wouldn't be touched. What happened? That was going on with Tony Pollard, and it was going on with Tony Pollard and company. He can't get no running room. He can't run the ball. Offensive line ain't getting the push necessary. This seems more like the offense was more into Philly's behalf. Let's go to the defense. Okay, bam. D lineman for the Philadelphia Eagles. Was Dak Prescott running for his life? Absolutely. Was Jalen Hurts running for his life? No. Was the D tackles for the Philadelphia Eagles, did they play ball? Yes. Just because they didn't get sacks and all these pressures and stuff, the middle of the defense was stout. That's why you couldn't run there. But was there running room with our D tackles? Yes. Did your D tackles play to the standard that they were supposed to play? No. They was below average in that game looking at that film. How about their pressure players, their edge players? Did they whoop on Terrence Steele? Yes. Did we take advantage of Malata and Lane Johnson the way that we were supposed to? No, even though there were sacks right there. Like how do you not play? How do you not play Sam Williams when he had easily had the best win when it came down to a D lineman, and you don't play him more? What does that come on? Well, like that doesn't make no sense. Did their D lineman make plays when necessary? Yes, because they got pressure and they won the game. You mess around was on the 5-yard line and you couldn't score a touchdown. Come on, you talking about you're the better team? If you were the better team, you would take advantage of that moment. Are you serious? Okay, let's go to the linebacking core. Did your linebackers play like cheeks? Yes. What? Because Marquise Bell made a couple plays. You thinking that he did something? No. Go look at that film. Marquise Bell and Clark. No, that game wasn't official because you know why? They couldn't get all blocks. And Damone Clark was looking like I don't know what he was looking like. There was times where he looked like he was lost. But we noticed that trend when we play physical teams. Oops, let's look at their linebackers. Did they make some of the plays when necessary? Absolutely. Now let's go look at their secondary. Was their secondary trash? Yes. Was our secondary trash, especially with our covers supposed to be cover safeties? Yes. Did Dak take advantage of it fully? No. But did Dak slice their secondary up? Yes. So you telling me that at the last drive, when Slade was out the game for a piece, when Bradbury was getting cooked, when Blankenship and Sidney Brown was on your slot receivers, you telling me that that couldn't have been a matchup that you took advantage of in totality? What? But you saying that you're the better team? You're saying that you're the better team. How? They said, I bet you their game plan was, look, CD Lamb get ready to go ham, but everybody else can't go ham. I'm pretty sure that was their game plan. I'm pretty sure they gave you some of that. Look, for a team that had a secondary that was just trash as the Philadelphia Eagles, I've told you, Dak Prescott should have threw for over 400. He should have threw for over 400 easily. Easily, because there was so much opportunity in that secondary, as we discussed in the film session. Easily. So when you look at everything, no. Did they have to? Was the Philadelphia Eagles settling for field goals? No. Did they go for it on their fourth down in your own red zone? Yes. And they made you look like a damn fool. So when we all look at this situation, we all look at the Philadelphia, like I said, Michael Parsons was absolutely correct. Regardless if you feel like they're the better team in the NFL or not, they're better than the Dallas Cowboys. Because the statistics and the gameplay show you that. Jalen Hurts only threw the ball for 23 times and they put up 28 points, and he didn't have to do too much to win. And you telling me that Dak Prescott had the performance that he had and you still couldn't win? And we got people thinking that we're the better team? Absolutely not. No, we suck. When it comes to like I said, who did we beat? Look, I'm not about to here to give you this feel-good gospel. I'm here to give you the real. The makeup of his team is not championship worthy. It's trash. It's trash. Trash. It's crazy. We have no line. Look, like I said, I'm gonna get into some of my thoughts looking at this film, but I just wanted to tell y'all that we're not the better team. So if we got people out here telling y'all that we the better team because of a statistical performance, that is a lie. Look, people talking about, oh, but the Philadelphia Eagles not playing well. Oh, Jalen Hurts has all these turnovers, and you didn't take advantage of it. The Washington Commanders last week, you know what they did? They took advantage of their turnovers. Some of the same turnovers that the Eagles had against the Commanders were some of the same turnovers that they had. But you know what the Commanders do that we didn't for them to be in the game? Because Commanders is a horrible team. The Commanders stayed in that game because they took advantage of your turnovers. Let's get into the game. I'm looking at Sam Williams. He gets a sack, right? He's the only one in the backfield. And where the fumble was at, if you would have had any type of penetration from any one of your guys, you would have got that fumble. He was the only one in the backfield and had the cleanest rate, cleaner than Michael Parsons when it came down to him getting pressure, because he beat him off the snap, bent, and got there. And I told y'all that left tackle, there was going to be a whole bunch of opportunities, and the only one to take advantage of that opportunity, you telling me, was Sam Williams, and you don't play him more? I guarantee you Sam Williams would have cooked that boy if you would have gave him a whole lot more snaps, at least on passing situations. But did Dan Quinn take advantage of that? No, we got to go ahead and call Dan Quinn now. He's been trash this season. He's been trash. I'm going to tell y'all something. The only reason why this game was close is because Dak Prescott had it, and then because it was a division game, so you was familiar with the Philadelphia Eagles. If Dak Prescott wasn't on, the Philadelphia Eagles would have beat your ass 40-10. They would have blew your ass out. Pause. They would have went on ahead and pummeled y'all. They would have beat you like you stole something. I guarantee you that. And if you don't got the performance and everybody's healthy, they gonna beat your ass again. Let me tell y'all something. People felt the same way against the Niners. Oh, we can beat the Niners because the Niners secondary is trash. Y'all get the picture here? We went against because the Niners secondary is trash and the Philadelphia Eagles secondary trash. But you know what? Guess what? You know what they have that you don't have? Physicality. So guess what? Don't matter if it doesn't matter. If you would have took advantage of the secondary like you did with the Eagles, the Niners would still beat your ass. Because you know why? You soft. You're soft. You're not man enough, like Tony Braxton would say. Linebackers can't even get off blocks. But people talking about Marquise Bell had a game? What, because he made a couple tackles? Of course he's gonna make a couple Jalen Smith tackles. Bro, Marquise Bell didn't have the game that people thought that he had. And I'll be honest with you, Jordan Lewis didn't have the game that people thought that he had. You know? We just got so we gotta be real with this. Because at the end of the day, right? When it came down to the secondary, what's trash is your safeties covering. I don't have no complaints about Bland or Gilmore, even though they gave up a couple plays. I don't have no complaints about both of them. I'll be honest with you. Looking at that game, I don't have no complaints about both of them. But I have complaints about your safeties, all of your safeties in coverage. I said all of them. How are we gonna have how are we gonna have an extra safety? Because if you have an extra safety, you should be able to cover. You can't cover. So if you can't cover nor stop the run, something got to give. And then that's where one of my observations come into play. This team need to go to a 4-3. This team need to have one of the biggest linebackers core in the NFL. And that's when Leighton Van Der Esch come back and Michael Parsons there and switching out Clark and Marquise Bell. There you go, 4-3. They say, oh, but we're going to miss in coverage. No, you won't, because Leighton Van Der Esch can cover, and you got a safety with Marquise Bell that's supposed to be able to cover better than most linebackers, and you got Michael Parsons, who's supposed to be a freak athlete and be able to carry tight ends and cover just like Bell and all that. So, no, coverage, you won't miss a beat. In the run game, it'll be a whole lot better. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Right? We know Leighton and them soft, right? But if you went on ahead and at least get bigger, I believe the run defense will improve a little bit. Not saying it'll be drastically because Leighton gonna be him. Leighton gonna do what Leighton do. But you'll at least have some athleticism to be able to get to the football. Right? You may not have the physicality to get to the football, but you'll have athleticism, especially if your D tackles is doing the job to go ahead and keeping them clean, which they didn't do too much of a good job that in. And speaking of your deep tackles, I got to talk to Mozzie real quick. Check this out, Mozzie. At this point in time, look, I'm not talking about your growth, but I'm talking about this area in your growth that you is not improving in, and that is how you are how when the offensive line attack you, how you going to combat that? You letting them get in your grill, and for somebody to be as strong as you are, and for somebody to say that they like hitting the way that you like hitting, you should be a whole lot better than what you're doing when they come out to them attacking. Now, I know that the interior of the Eagles offensive line was solid and probably one of the best that you've seen thus far. But check this out, though. You still got to be a whole lot better when it comes down to that. And we're going to need you to be a whole lot better because this team pretty soon and probably this year is going to have to call on you a whole lot more. And you have to step up to the plate because if you don't, this team is going to be in trouble. Your deep tackles, and including Osa, wasn't to the standard. Wasn't to the standard. It didn't look good. It did not look good at all, ladies and gentlemen. It didn't look good. It was pathetic. Facts. Facts teed up. Facts teed up. Facts teed up. Stunting his growth to rush Micah. That doesn't make sense. You should be able to. You should be. Should Fowler shouldn't be stunting his growth. Micah shouldn't be stunting his growth, and Law shouldn't be stunting his growth. Doran shouldn't be studying his growth. None of them. This he was supposed to be able to take the next step, and he's showing you that with opportunities he could take advantage of. The Philadelphia Eagles was a big game for the Dallas Cowboys, and in a big game, and earlier in the game, he stepped up to the plate. And you telling me that you're not going to give him more snaps on the D line, bro? Dan Quinn, what are you doing? What are you doing? You kissing Micah ass so much that you allowing your team to not play as a team with Sam Williams, because Michael, I don't think Michael wasn't even in the game. Sam Williams and them showed you that they can still get pressure. They can generate pressure without Micah Parsons. Bro, if I'm Dan Quinn, I'm putting Micah Parsons more in coverage. I'm saying, hey, Micah, knock off the rust in your coverage. Because you telling me that Micah couldn't do a better job than him, than cursing him with his athleticism? He should be. He should be. Yeah, Dan Quinn, you messing this up. Because I'm gonna tell you what, even though they're gonna sit over there and talk about Micah had a good game. No, he didn't. When I judge Micah, I judge him off of greatness standards, because that's all he said. That's what he said he judged himself off by, and that's what we need him to be. And it's his third year, so he should be doing a whole lot better than what he's doing. And by that greatness standard, he wasn't great. And I'm gonna tell you why. A complete game, he did not play. In the run game, he didn't set the edge consistently. He went back to the same habits that he was doing, going inside. That boy got dragged. And I don't know what and y'all gonna see this play quite often. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a meme and yada yada yada. But that time where they supposedly did this tush push and Micah hopped on a pile and got dragged. There's no way that your star player, your star pass rusher, whatever the hell you want to call him, should be on the pile getting dragged like that. You know how pathetic that is. That brings a memory to my mind. There was one time I had when I was playing on the D line in high school, and I was running to for a hustle play, and I went on the head and just hopped in the air like on some Superman stuff and jumped on dude back to make the tackle, and I got cussed out. He said, "Bro, you need to come with your legs. You need to come with your feet, because you did that. You could have got dragged for another few yards." And at that time, I'm like, "Man, bro, I made the tackle. What did you talk about?" I wouldn't hear none of that. But now I understand. I get it, because what my coach was talking about was what Michael Parsons was looking like, get dragged like a rag doll. He got dragged in the end zone, and Michael Parsons, when it come down to physical teams, bro, he ain't it. He ain't it. He's not it. He can't handle that. Bro, he can't handle going against Mylotta and Lane Johnson and Landon Dickerson in the run game. He ain't got it. He ain't built for that. Yeah, like I said, yeah, he gonna win some pass rush matches. But are y'all telling me that we're gonna continue to judge Michael Parsons off of just how he wins in the passing game? Because if that's the case, then y'all not judging him off of a greatness standard. And in order to play D line, in order to play that edge, you have to be complete. And the only person that's playing a complete game on your edge is DeMarcus Lawrence. And I know people are going to talk about DeMarcus Lawrence, but DeMarcus Lawrence still had a solid game. DeMarcus Lawrence, and one of the observations that I made when DeMarcus Lawrence was at three tech, DeMarcus Lawrence was having a good win rate. So my question is, why not have DeMarcus Lawrence more on that three tech against that weak ass right guard that they put in? And continue to have Sam and whoever else that you want in the ends on the edge, especially when your D tackles was playing below average as a whole. Bro, this team looks shad. And one of the things, right, is that of course teams is going to look to take away the run game, because they know that if the run game is going for the Philadelphia Eagles, everything else is really going to go. But what teams ain't really preparing for now is now you got to play the Philadelphia Eagles honest because Jalen Hurts has took the next step in his passing. He's took the next step in his passing. See, a game like that last year, you can beat the Philadelphia Eagles because he didn't have that vision downfield. But now Jalen Hurts does. And that's why he did enough to win. Come on. Come on. But let's get into these notes, man. Oh my God. Still, he's horrible. He didn't win nothing. Nothing. He looked horrible the whole game. The only reason why that he didn't get beat more is because of the play call. And at times when he got beat, they was running the ball. Terrence Steele, look, I can't even blame that. You can't blame that on him being hurt, bro. I think I'm starting to think this is Terrence Steele. I'm starting to think this is Terrence Steele. I'm starting to think this is who the Dallas Cowboys paid. Because you know what I seen? I'm looking at the Terrence Steele when he first got in the league. I'm seeing some of the habits that he had when he first got in the league. Like he looked lost. He has no confidence. He has no nothing. And I don't know what's going on. Like, because even with your leg, the running game shouldn't be a problem for you. Even if you were struggling in the passing game, the running game should at least give us hope. Like, all right, we got to run the ball with Steele. But bro, he doesn't win on the running game, and he doesn't win in the passing game. He gets beat, but all game he got his ass whooped, and it's to a point where if he continue to look like that, you're gonna have to bench him and put Edoga in there, and that's sad. It's sad that I paid my right tackle, and I might got to give him help. When in all reality, I shouldn't have to give him help. Especially if I paid you that money, I shouldn't have to help you. And also, Zach Martin stole money as well. I see Zach Martin got bullied a couple times, y'all. I'm like, Zach Martin get bullied? Yeah, he got bullied. I don't know what D tackle was it, but one D tackle put him on his ass. I said, Zach. And then Zach, and you know how I know Zach Martin is regressing? Because he gave up a partial sack to Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean, you know how Scooby Doo when they unveil the mask and you take off that mask, you think it's Jalen Carter, you think it's Chris Jones or whatever. You see Nakobe Dean. What is it? Nakobe Dean. Bro, oh my God. Hey, Martin was getting cooked. It's your right side. Facts, T-Dub. It's that right side that's getting cooked, including the center. The center had some matchup. I mean, the center was solid, but he had a couple matchups too that kind of like, Brad, what is you doing? Right? The only thing that was solid was the Smith brothers. Because look, I'm gonna tell you what is bad. Like I said, if you out there getting cooked by the Kobe Dean on a rush, a linebacker with short arms, bro, you down bad. You down bad to the utmost degree. And then you did all that pushing line and Jerry folded to pay you this money for you to play like this. It's to the point where, man, if this is Zach Martin, if he done took his old age regression, it's almost that time, y'all. It's almost that time for that replacement. Is that Awesome Richards? Is that TJ Bass? Or is that the draft? It's looking to that. It's looking like that, y'all. And then Terrence Steele might have done took some money. So you talking about, see, Jerry Jones, you crying about Cap, but you paying some bum ass players. You paying some players who ain't doing nothing for you. You done paid Tony Pollard, who's done absolutely nothing for you. You paying Zach Martin, who's playing horrible this year to his standard and to our standard and to the O-line standard, because regardless, he's supposed to be a key piece to this equation. You pay Gallup, who's doing absolutely nothing for you, and you paying Donovan Wilson, who's also doing absolutely nothing for you. So you pay the safety that can't cover. How dumb are you, Jerry? And I told you I wouldn't with that. You paid a safety that can't cover, and didn't they give what's his name a contract too? Hooker. So you paying these safeties who's bad in coverage. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But he want to cry about Cap? How about you need to cry about your decisions? Bro, that safety gonna have to be addressed in the draft in the worst way. In the worst way. You know what the team gonna have to do if they're gonna continue to grow with this extra safety. They're gonna have to play Wanye more. They're gonna have to put some fresh legs in there. I'm sorry, Kirk's cool, and y'all may not want to. Y'all may do it for the team, around, but look at the team though. You want to play Wanye and sit Kirk's ass down. You want to sit one of their ass down, whether it be Curse or Wilson. Probably Wilson in coverage if I had to choose, and put Wanye in on coverage. You want to sit they you sit one of their ass down. You're gonna have to pay Israel more, because I don't even understand why the hell you're not playing him more after what he showed. What? Because of what he made it did something in in practice or what? Come on, bro. They can't be looking like this. Dan Quinn, I know you see what I see. I know you see what I see. Al Harris, I know you see what I see. You need to sit their ass down. Eric Scott, it might be your time. You might need to have another corner out there. If you're gonna roll with these DBs in the backfield, then you need to have as much cover guys as possible. As many, because your pass rush didn't help your secondary. And your secondary, I thought, even as a whole, it wasn't as bad, because Bland and Gilmore actually had some decent games, though. From my understanding, they actually had some decent games. Actually had some decent games. But everybody else in coverage let you down. And your front seven let you down. This defense suck. It does. It has a whole bunch of talent. It's starting to remind me of the Chargers defense. Talent on it, but playing as a union, it still give up a whole lot, especially against good teams. This defense sucks. And for Mike McCarthy and company to be talking about we're going to be defensively led, well, you want to be led by this trash ass defense? Mike McCarthy, you might want to rethink your identity and understand that your identity is going to go ahead and revolve around you putting 24 plus points up a game to have a chance. You got to hope by the grace of God that your defense can get turnovers. Because if you don't, it's going to look like it did yesterday. You remember what I told y'all in that post? I said, if this defense don't get no turnovers, it's going to be a long game. You know how I knew that? By the way the Philadelphia Eagles attacked you in the first drive. And what do you know? It was a long game. If Jalen Hurts didn't get hit, if he didn't get banged up, they probably would at least put up 3 at the end of the half, and they would have put 31 on your down piece. This defense wasn't too far off from allowing this team, that Philadelphia Eagles team, to throw 35 plus at you. Remember that. You had the potential fumble. You didn't have a couple 4th downs, and the defense could not get off the field. Bro, the NFL is talking about canceling that QB sneak. Why? Why? Because they can do it and they don't? Bro, it's not hard. It's not hard. It's just a matter of physicality. I see, and of course your team, like I said, yeah, you're right. There was no use to go ahead and practice going against the tush push, because they wasn't gonna stop it. Because one, none of your units are physical, so you wasn't gonna replicate that in practice. And two, you don't even have the strength to do that. Look at your team strength as a whole. They have no strength. Dak can't even get a 4th and 1. Your center can't even get the necessary push to go ahead and get your 4th and 1. Your D linemen get blown off the ball. Your linebackers can't get off blocks. Look at the strength of your team. Weight room is an issue. Now look at the Baltimore Ravens. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles. Look at their strength. That's all I'm saying. You getting all these boys that want to be need for speed, but what's need for speed when somebody that got strength also got speed? Your speed is going to not only be equalized, but it's going to go ahead and be used against you. And everything was used against them. Facts, Ori. He told the NFL that now this defense average. Average. This defense average. I agree. I agree. I agree. Compared to others, but I say they suck compared to the standard that they set for themselves. But when I look at this defense compared to others, I agree. Average, because it ain't great. It ain't a top defense. The statistic that they had top 5 for this defense, oh, it lies. I promise you it lies. It lies. Because who did they beat to get that? And look what they gave up to top D. Look, against Jalen Hurts, especially a banged up Jalen Hurts, 23 points should have been enough. It should have been enough. It should have been enough. And if you was that good, should have been enough. The defense should have got off field the first drive. It should have been enough, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Nothing that this defense will ever do is enough. No matter what this team does from here on out, because they had a chance last week to improve, or this week or whatever, to improve. And did they do that? No. And they're going to suffer the consequences for the rest of the season for being complacent, for being average. That's the story of the Dallas Cowboys. Average. Good enough to get to the playoffs, but not good enough to win it all. That has been the story for quite some time and will continue to be the story this year. Unless you luck up with some matchups, this team will be disappointed once again. Now, I know other people want to go ahead and find some silver lining, and no, the only thing that I could take from this, I'm gonna tell you, I'll keep it real. The only thing I can take from that is the offense is improving. Dak Prescott has put on a few games of being consistent with some good play. They're using CD Lamb a lot more, and Mike McCarthy is calling some good plays. And I'll be honest with you, even with some of the mistakes that you could say maybe Mike could have made in decision making, that's still what Mike called should at least got you 30 points that game. Mike called a good enough game. Mike called a good enough game. Mike is improving. Mike is seeing what this team was not doing and is correcting that. But your roster, it's just not good enough. It's not good enough. Your roster not good enough. They thought that bringing in Rashaan Evans, who they need to play a whole lot more, was going to be the all. Like, why is he not playing more? Like what's going on? This need for speed stuff, that experiment needs to be done. It needs to be done. You need to match physicality. I don't know if I posted on here, but I damn sure posted it on Twitter. I said if the Dallas Cowboys meet them physicality wise, they win. But I said if they don't, it's an L. Now we're gonna ask this question: did the Dallas Cowboys meet the Philadelphia Eagles physicality wise? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was ridiculous. And I'm gonna tell you what. One thing I also noticed, that pad level on the offensive line, especially in that goal line, is too high. They're lazy as hell. And I think it's partly that, and I'm gonna be real, and evaluating that, That's your offensive line coach who need to be fired right now. He need to be fired right now. Was Philbin the answer? Hell no. But was Philbin a better option? Hell yeah. Bro, why the hell did you bring in this old ass line coach? We scratched our head when we seen it when we brought it in. Like, what the hell is he supposed to do? Get you back to the basics? Why do they got this old ass offensive line coach? Bro, who's next in line? Fire his ass and send them packing. Bro, this man coached with Tom Landry. You didn't think to give it up? What good lines has he had in the past 2 years? This is crazy. This is real crazy. This ain't gonna get it done. Bro, this offensive line as a whole has regressed. And I know a part of that is coaching. I'm gonna tell you something. Coaching plays a big part, right? Like let me use this example. For my junior year and senior year in high school, right? My junior year, I had coaches that was on me and kept that fire in me, and it went into my play. But my senior year, yeah, I was better than my junior year, but my senior year, when I lost them coaches and I had this other coach who was more relaxed and didn't put no discipline in me, didn't really like hold my line, everybody accountable, we kind of fell off a little bit. Like as far as that fire, you know what I mean? Like the coaching, like the just getting back to the basics, right? Of course, we was better, we was bigger, and we were stronger, and we made more plays. But when you look at the overall body of work, we lost in the second round. No, the first round of the playoffs senior year, but we went to the championship junior year, and a lot of that was coaching. And we had some of the same makeup of this the junior to the senior year. Yeah, we lost some seniors though, but that wasn't the issue. A part of that was coaching. And I'm here to tell y'all that man, you can get a certain type of coaching that can take that fire out of you and get you relaxed and get you not disciplined. You need that coach that's going to keep that fire in you. Yeah, you may have the ability though, but coaching always will always play a part in this. And his coaching is horrible. You see the DBs play with that fire. You know why? Because Al Harris. You remove Al Harris, you don't get the same results. I promise you. Coaching is still everything. Yeah, players make plays, but coaching also has an effect. And you're seeing Mike McCarthy, no matter what credit that they'll give, trying to get a Mike McCarthy, but Mike McCarthy calling plays. He's been doing, especially the past couple weeks. He has been doing a good job. The offense kept you in this game. The offense kept you from being blown out. Some of the things that we had questions about, he fixed. He fixes every week. He works on it. He works on his credit. Now let me ask you this question though. Dan Quinn. We didn't have Dan Quinn now for what? Going on 4 years now? Or 3, 4 years? What improvement has this defense made other than acquiring pass rush talent? What improvements has his defense made? What improvements has his defense made to show you, like, all right, we could compete with the best of the best, and we can go ahead and get a good enough defense to win the championship? He has made none. Mike McCarthy even made this in his press conference. Yo, no matter what is being said, you still need a defense to win a championship. You still need a defense to win games. And the reason why you're losing these type of games is because you don't have a defense. You don't have a defense. Your defense is trash. And the performance that the Philadelphia Eagles put on you, your defense should have at least held them boys to 17 points. 23-17 should have been enough. I promise you it should have been enough. Some of the same issues was there. You went on to their own 5-6 yard line and you could not score. You was on the 1 yard line and you could not score twice. Come on. That is a physicality issue. Mike McCarthy should be able to run the ball. We should be able to sneak the ball like the Philadelphia Eagles, especially with that big ass quarterback that we got. But we can't do new either. And that's an offensive line problem. That's an offensive line coach problem. And that's a mentality problem. This team is soft. This team was tougher last year. You know why? Because Philbin was coaching and Zeke was running the ball. It's amazing how a coach and a player can add the identity to your offense. Oops. Ain't that why we say that they should maybe go get a player like Derrick Henry? Oops. Oops. It's bigger. It's bigger than production. Having a running back that you know that can get you 2, 3 dirty yards, it allows the defense to play you differently. But because they know that the Cowboys can't run inside, that allows the defense to not even have to worry about that. And Jerry and them couldn't see that. Will McClay couldn't address that. Sometimes you got to trade up, man. Fuck them picks. Forget them picks. Forget them picks, my G. You got a whole bunch of draft picks, bro, and they soft. Talent acquisition is year round. And Jerry failing. He think the draft gonna sit in the draft is only gonna go ahead and keep you in positions like this to be one and done. Bro, you can't win no championship like this. That old ass man can't see this, or that old ass man don't want to see it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how he paid bum ass players. The hell you doing paying Donovan Wilson for? Why the hell you pay Gallup for? Why the hell you franchise tag TP? That's stupid. And now you're gonna miss a couple players because you done paid these bum ass players that you could have been replaced. That don't make no sense. That's stupid to me. And we will never win nothing with this mindset that Jerry Jones got. Nothing. We won't win nothing. He has made, we could talk about the draft picks all we want. Oh, homegrown talent. Your homegrown talent is soft as hell. Your leader of your defense is soft. Micah soft. He's soft. I even see him at linebacker. Cotton soft. I don't know what y'all gonna do with that. But that mentality ain't there. It's not. It's not. And in order for you to go ahead and take that next step, it comes from a want to, a physicality aspect that your team gonna got. You know why? Your Philadelphia Eagles can go ahead and just make a couple draft additions and keep old ass D tackles, keep old ass ends. You know why they keep Graham and Fletcher Cox? Because of the mentality and the physical aspect. And they show you year after year after year after year. Year after year. They keep Kelsey. They got Hurts. Because they all contribute to the identity that they want as a team. And I ask y'all right now. I ask y'all right now. What is your team's identity? I bet you can't answer that question. And great teams, good teams, they have identities. And I'm going to leave y'all with that question. What is this team's identity? Because if you ask me, I can't answer this question. But if you ask me what it need to be, offense, points, Air this out. Air it out. Put it in Dak's hands. If the interceptions come, so be it. Because you can't win playing that New York Jets game. That ain't going to happen. Your team ain't good enough for that. If you had the Jets defense, then maybe. If you had Cook up in here, maybe. But you don't. Your team ain't good enough, y'all. So no matter what these people tell you, to have a silver lining, to have moral victories, which I don't believe in, just expect another disappointment. Team ain't good enough, y'all. But anywho, appreciate y'all for coming through. About to probably get back to this film. Please hit that like button for me. If y'all new, hit that subscribe. We gone.